Hello friends, welcome back. Now that we have rest of the pages working as expected with React Router, it's time to look at the article page. The problem here is that we won't be able to display any single article depending on the URL. For example, if we go to /article/learn React, it should show us our article about learning React. And if we go to /article/learn Node, it should show us an article about learning Node.js, etc. And the way we do it with React Router is by using something called URL parameters. And the way the URL parameter work is that we need to use colon and the name of the variable such as ID or name. So we will use name for our URL parameter. For example, if we navigate to /article/learn-react, so the parameter name will be learn React. So how do we get access to this information inside our article page? So here is the article page, but how do we get the information here? So with React Router, we get a hook called use params. So we need to import it from React Router DOM. So here we are going to import it. So import use params from React Router DOM, and then we need to destructure the name from use params. So here I'll take a const, and then we can destructure the name that is equal to use params and then round brackets. Okay, let's save this. So where is this name coming from? So here it is. So this is the name which we are writing here. Okay, so if I do ID, let's say if I do ID, then here also you need to change this to ID. Okay, so but we have used name, so let's keep it name. Okay, let's go back to article page, and now let's display the value of name parameter in the heading. So here I'll display it. So this is the, and inside the curly braces I'll do name. Okay, so this is the name article. So here whatever parameter you will pass in the URL, it will show here. So let's save this and let's go back to the browser. Now here, let me remove this and I'll do article slash and then learn hyphen react, and let's hit enter. So as you can see here it is, this is the learn react article. So it displays the string that we have in this part of the URL. Now we can change this to something like hello. So let's remove this, and here I'll do hello and hit enter. So now it will display hello. Now we need some content, so we will create a new file inside the pages directory. So let's go to VS Code, and inside the pages folder, I'll create a new file and name it as article-content.js. Hit enter. So I have created some sample content which you will get before the lecture start. Copy and paste it here. Okay, so let me just copy this from here. This you will get from the lecture which is before this. So let me close this, go back, and here I need to paste the content which I have copied. Let's save this file. So this is the dummy content. So the dummy content contains an array with an object which represent the article, with the article title, which is a string, and the content which is a array of string. Each of them is represent as a paragraph of the article. Then we have thumbnail, which is for image. Then as you notice, each article has a name property. Okay, so here also we have name property, and here also we have name property. So this is a unique string that we are going to use to match our URL parameter. And then we need to export the article at the bottom. So here we have export the articles. Okay, then we need to import this in our article component page. So let's go to article.js, and here I will import it. So import article content from /article content. Now our article page component has access whatever name we put into the URL. Now what we wanted to do is to find our article from our article array that has the name, and the way we do is like this. So here I'll take a const, and the name of the variable will be article, that is equal to article content dot find, and then we need to take an arrow function, and here I'll pass article. So this is the variable name, and here I'll do article dot name and triple equals to, okay, we need to put 3 equal to and the name property that we are getting from the URL parameter. Okay, let's save this file. And finally, we will convert this article information into JSX. So we need to change this heading. So let's remove this line. And here I'll do, inside the curly braces, I'll do article dot title. And just after the h1 tag, we will map the content. So inside the curly braces, I'll do article content dot map, and here I'll take an arrow function, and inside this I'll pass a variable which is paragraph. You can take any name you want, but I'm taking as paragraph. And I also need the key, so that will be the index. And here inside the round brackets I'll take a p tag, and then we can pass the paragraph here. So paragraph. Okay, let's close the curly braces, and I'll do some styling in the paragraph. So class name, that is equal to max auto, leading relax, then text base, margin bottom 4. Okay, then I'll pass the key, that is equal to index. Let's save this. Now let's check this in the browser. So let's go to the browser, and if I refresh, you won't see anything. Let me open the console. So inspect console, let me close this. So here, as you can see, we are getting an error, cannot read property of undefined reading title. This is because the name hello does not match any of the article in the content. So here, if you go in article hyphen content, so here you will not find anything hello in the name property. Okay, so here there is learn React, here there is learn Node, and here there is my thought on learning React. There is no name called hello. Okay, so that is why we are getting this error. So we will fix this in a while, but before that, let's try the content which exists in the file. So let me close this, and here I'll do article slash learn React and hit enter. Still I'm getting some problem. Okay, so we are getting some error, and here it is, object with the key name title thumbnail. If you meant to render a collection of children, use an array instead. So I got the solution for this. Here there is a mistake. So instead of article content, we need to do article, because we are saving this inside a variable. So here we need to do, sorry, article dot, and where is the content? Let's see. So this is the content. Okay, this is the property. So article dot content dot map, then we can map it. Okay, so that was a problem. I directly did article content, which is incorrect, because we are saving this in a variable, so no need to directly write article content. So here is the article, then inside this we have a content, then we can map the content. Okay, so let's save this, and now we can try it, and let's close this, because now we will not get an error. So here is the article for learning React. Okay, and now if I do learn Node, I will get the article which is related to Node.js. So this is working perfectly fine. But earlier we saw a problem that if I change this URL to, let's say, hello, okay, we are getting an error, which I already showed you. Let's check it again. So in the console, if you see, it says cannot read property and of undefined, okay, reading title. So to get rid of this problem, we need to add a condition. So let's go to VS Code, and here I will add a condition. So if article does not exist, it means if I don't have an article. Okay, if there is no article, then we need to return h1 tag with the text which says article does not exist. Okay, let's save this. Now let's check it in the browser. So here, as you can say, we have this text which says article does not exist. Okay, so if there is anything which is not in the content, okay, if there is no learn React, if there is no learn Node, or if there is no my thought on learning React, okay, anything which is not here, okay, then you will get this error. Okay, let's say if I do hi, then again it will say article does not exist. But if I say learn React, then you will able to see the content. So if you type anything which is not in the content, then it will give you a message that article does not exist. So this is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and bye.